And for your top stories this hour, Afghan government spokesperson Zabiullah Majida has confirmed that 13 Afghan soldiers were killed and 13 civilians were wounded following attacks carried out by Pakistan. Afghan government also reported casualties in Pakita, with several civilians either killed or injured, although exact numbers remain unconfirmed. In response to Pakistan's claims of heavy casualties, including 100 Taliban fighters killed, Afghan government has denied these reports, stating that the Taliban had carried out the attack and inflicted minimal damage on Pakistan's forces. Furthermore, the Afghan government has stated that 55 Pakistani soldiers were killed, with 23 bodies transferred by the Taliban, and that several military bases and security posts were destroyed. Let's listen in to what the Taliban government spokesman had to say.
دوی په بریدونو کې هم د اسلامي امارت مجاهدینو هم اوسنی تلفات زموږ نن سهار تر اوسه پورې ټول کړي دي 14 تنه مجاهدین موږ په ټول جګړه کې شهیدان لرو او 22 تنه ټپیان لرو او ملکی خلک 14 تنه ټپیان لرو په یو ځای کې او دا اوس راپورونه د دې په پکتیکا کې دوی ملکی خلک بیا متضرر کړي دي څو تنه ملکی وادوال شهیدان او ټپیان لرو شمېر دقیق نه دی ادعا کړی چې 13 شپه کې دوی لسلو ډیر اسلامي امارت مجاهدین شهیدان کړي یا 200 ټپیان کړي دا ادعا کاملا ناسمه ده ځکه موږ متعرض و 13 شپه کې دوی د ځغاستې په حالت کې دوی ته مجال نه د ورکړل شوی چې موږ تلفات واړي او یا زیان پیښ او زیانونه چې پیښ هغه ډیر محدود دي لمنځه تللي په دې کې حدوداً 23 پورې جسدونه اسلامي امارت مجاهدینو د خورا انتقال کړي او څه شمېر ژوندي هم نیول شوي چې وروسته به شمېرې اعلان شي او ګڼ شمېر ټپیان شوي هم حدوداً 2 قرارګاوې 19 پوستې لمنځه.
We are now being joined by Colonel Sanjeet Sirohi, who is an international relations and defence expert, joining us from New Delhi. Thank you so much for joining us here today on NewsX World. What are the immediate humanitarian and security risks for civilians living near the Afghanistan-Pakistan border amid this escalation of military operations and the airstrikes, and also these civilians now getting injured and killed?
Ali, good evening. Thank you very much for having me on your news channel and discussing something very, very important and serious. And Pakistan and Afghanistan have gone into a war with each other. Pakistan carried out airstrike last night on Kabul, Kandahar and Paktika provinces, killing civilians, as well as they are claiming that they have killed about 133. Now the figures have also increased. On the other hand, Afghanistan says that the 55 soldiers of Pakistani were killed, 19 posts were destroyed, and civilians also killed. So as far as the humanitarian this thing is concerned, whenever the fighting takes place on the border area, where also inhabited by the people, the collateral damage take place, especially when you are carrying out a strike. And because you are not, those strikes are not very precision-wise, so the collateral damage take place. The same thing is happening in other places also. If you see at Torgam border crossing, which is the main crossing between the Afghanistan and Pakistan, there also the firing is going on, and in that cross-firing, a lot of civilians have been killed and a lot of men injured. So I think this casualties as far as the civilians are concerned is increasing, and this is a serious issue. When the army of both sides are fighting, the civilians are unnecessarily being killed. So it is a serious issue, and I think the other countries must intervene and try to stop this war between the two countries. Ellie.
And in light of Afghanistan's claims that it struck Pakistani bases in retaliation, how could such reciprocal strikes impact efforts towards de-escalation and diplomatic dialogues?
Look, this is not only that Afghanistan is claiming that they have destroyed, even Pakistanis are claiming that they have killed so many Taliban fighters. So the claims are from the both sides, but I think it is mostly a propaganda warfare where they are trying to escalate the figures to impress their people and for their domestic consumption. The casualties from both sides may not be that high, but yes, the firing is going on, and if they don't stop this firing and they don't come to ceasefire in next 48 hours, the things may get worse, and that is the big concern for all the countries, including Iran, where Iran has offered to mediate between Pakistan and Afghanistan, because the area is already unstable because of the American presence there and the chances of war between Iran and America, and then the Afghanistan and Pakistan. So the complete belt, if you see the geographical area, is under a lot of tension and a lot of instability in that area. That is not good for anyone. Even India has to be prepared to make sure that these things, they don't spill over to India. Ellie.
Thank you so much, Sanjit Sori, for joining us here today on NewsX World. China has expressed deep concern